Greetings, family. India has become the weakest link to the destruction of BRICS. But I don't think BRICS can be destroyed. I believe it might become more powerful in future. Tensions rise between India and the United States as Donald Trump hit hard this time, pulled the trigger this time with a surprise 25% tariff. In addition to that, Donald Trump called out India for getting too close to Russia and being part of BRICS. And all these things that Trump has started doing to India, the goal is to reach, or let me say, penetrate through BRICS and cause division. In this video, we are going to break down the details of the banter between Donald Trump and India. After that, we go into the full breakdown of why the United States is so afraid, or the West in particular afraid, and they are worried about this BRICS, and why BRICS is not so too big, but BRICS is so powerful to be ignored by the West. So stay with me as we move forward. You must understand that according to the United States, their foreign policy, my enemy should be your enemy. Once we don't like this person, all of you who want to deal with us, want to be our partners, you must hate our enemy. But India has a foreign policy which is equal to Ghana's foreign policy established by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, which is a friend for all, enemies to none. But the United States doesn't see it like that. The United States always wants their partners to pick side between their enemies and their friends. You can't play both sides. They will come after you. And now they are coming for India. In latest development, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, criticized India over Russia's tie. Close tie with Russia. Donald Trump is pressuring Modi of India to choose side. And Donald Trump announced a surprise tariff on India without a warning. On Wednesday, 30th July, in the evening on that particular Wednesday, lovely people, when India trade officials were preparing to leave work, suddenly the news broke out that the US President Donald Trump had imposed a 25% tariff on India. This came as a complete surprise, because it came without a warning. Many officials who had spent months on working on a trade deal with the United States, because there is currently an effort going on to working on trade deal to make sure that trade between the United States and India is smooth. These officials only found out about the new tariff when journalists called them. And lovely people, I must be clear that this is not a trade tension. It was a clear political message, loud and clear. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, did not stop at trade. His words goes beyond the trade. In his first statement, he accused India of high tariff and unfair trade practices. He also attacked India's close tie with Russia, including its purchase of Russian weapons and oil. Later, in press briefing, Trump criticized India for being part of BRICS, a group that includes Russia and China. And according to Donald Trump, BRICS is anti-United States. And lovely people, Donald Trump will always surprise you. Just when people thought things might calm down, Trump posted again, this time in the early morning hour, that is midnight. And this midnight post, lovely people, deepens the tension. Just after midnight in the United States, Trump posted again, criticizing India's friendship with Russia even more strongly. He wrote, and I quote, "I don't care what India does with Russia. They can take their dead economies down together. For all I care, we have done very little business with India. Their tariffs are too high, among the highest in the world." End of quote. So you can see that Trump is putting pressure on Modi to pick a side. And the goal is one: BRICS. This message by Donald Trump is a clear signal, or a strong signal, that Trump was not happy with India's global alliance, especially its economic and military relation with Russia. And India is now under pressure to pick a side. And even if India and the United States manage to agree on trade deals soon, Trump is not reliable. His repeated attacks have created a new challenge. It means he can pull out something next day or another time. He is full of surprises. India has been smart in their foreign policy. India has long tried to stay neutral, friendly with both the West and countries like Russia and China. By keeping good relations with both sides, India gained benefit from the US while buying weapons and cheap oil from Russia. And now, lovely people, India's past strategy is now facing challenges. And this strategy may no longer work for India, Before Trump came to power, India enjoyed unique position in global politics. India was part of both the Quad with the US, Japan, and Australia. At the same time, BRICS with Russia and China. These allow India to balance both worlds, dining with the United States president while also shaking hands with Vladimir Putin, carefully managing relationship with many powerful nations in multipolar world. But now Trump's aggressive stance is pushing India to make a choice between Russia and the United States. Now let's break things down, lovely people. Is the BRICS alliance a real threat to the United States? Why is Washington so worried about a group of countries like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa? Let's explain this to the public in simple words. Why the BRICS group is growing fast, why it challenged the US power, and why America is feeling the heat. So stay with us to the end. And if you're enjoying the update, you need to hit the like button, because this is not just about global politics. This is about money, power, and who controls the future. Let's begin with the basics for everybody to understand. Probably some people don't know what we are talking about when you mention BRICS. BRICS stand for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It started early in 2000 as a group of fast-growing economies that wanted more power in the global system. These countries didn't like how the US and Europe control everything from money system to international laws. They are not happy with it. And BRICS now represent over 40% of the world's people, more than 30% of global economic output, and a strong voice in the world politics, trade, and energy. And guess what? Many more countries now want to join BRICS, like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia. That is why the world is paying attention to BRICS. So why is the United States worried about BRICS? In simple, BRICS want a world that is no longer controlled by the West. This means challenging American power in many areas, especially in the economy, global influence, and decision making. The United States of America see BRICS as a threat to its global leadership. I think we need to get deeper into the main reason. Over 70 years, the US dollar has been the king of global trade. Most international deals are done in dollars, especially in oil and energy. This gives the US massive power. If you control the money, you can control the rules. But now, BRICS countries want to use their own currency, and they are even talking about creating a new BRIC currency to compete with the US dollar, which is the strength of US economy. If this works, many countries may stop using the US dollar, and that will weaken America's control over the world trade. The goal of BRIC is to break free from US control. The US often uses its power to punish countries that don't follow its rules. This includes sanctions, blocking them from using US banks, or cutting them from global trade. But BRICS is creating its own financial tools so members can trade and grow without American permission. That is a big problem for Washington, lovely people. Countries like Russia and China can now survive even if the US tries to isolate them. And one of the bigger fear of the West is that BRIC nations are powerful people. When you put them together, you can see that BRICS is not just about money, it also has strong armies and natural resources. Russia has the world's largest nuclear weapons stockpile. China has the most powerful military. Brazil and South Africa have oil, minerals, and food. India is rising fast in tech, space, and defense. Together, BRICS control over 20% of global oil supply, and that means they can affect energy prices and global tension. This makes BRICS too powerful to ignore. And BRICS is attracting the global south. The global south have been receiving so much bullying from America, but BRICS is now providing alternative. Many countries in Africa, Latin America, and Asia are tired of the Western system. They feel ignored, exploited, or controlled by the US and its allies. Now, they see BRICS as a new hope, a group that offers partnership instead of dominance. The fact that more countries want to join BRICS shows that the world is shifting and America's power is no longer guaranteed. Let's look at the world order. After the World War II, the US helped build the current world system we are enjoying right now. And this includes the UN, IMF, World Bank, and more. But BRICS want a new world order where all voices are heard equally, no one country dominates, and multipolarity replaces unipolar power. To the US, this is dangerous because it means the US losing its global throne. This is the fear, lovely people. So what does all this mean? BRICS is not starting war. BRICS is not perfect, but BRICS is offering an alternative to the US-led world system. And in a time when the US faces eternal problems, economic debt, and political divisions, BRICS is rising as a strong competitor. And according to BRICS policy, the future should not belong to one superpower. It should belong to many powerful voices working together. The question is, will the US find a way to adapt, or it will fight to stay on top? Well, I'll leave that to you in the comment, lovely family. Make sure you submit your thoughts in the comment, what you think about this development, what you think about BRICS future. Will BRICS dominate, or BRICS will be overpowered by the United States tension? Let's get the conversation going. Respect.